Guys, Asher coming at you today with another Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guide. Welcome to the video, guys. We're going to talk about the man, the myth, the legend. It is Nehkret the Great, and he indeed is great. But before that, some shout-outs to you guys. Keep the champion requests coming in the comments, guys. I appreciate you all. We're doing really well here on the channel, honestly. Not that you guys really care too much, but I knew that I would not yield any immediate dividends from this channel. I'm not just talking about income. I'm talking about channel growth and stuff like that. But the videos that I recorded earlier this year when I started the channel, they're starting to really start to do well, right? So just want to encourage you to, again, continue to leave the requests because I get all my ideas from you guys here. And to that end, Mind User looking for Nehkret the Great. He's not on 10X right now, but at the time of when he left that comment, he was. We got Mr. Beef. He just pulled a Nehkret the Great. Congratulations, Mr. Beef coming at it again. Jonathan Fleming looking for I personally use him as almost everywhere in game as my tank and secondary buffer. Dude, if you have Nehkret the Great, Beast Atrocious shout out. If you have Nehkret the Great and you're in progression mode, meaning you haven't cleared all the content in the game, which is, I would say, the majority of you guys, this dude truly can be used absolutely everywhere. Like, the only area I probably wouldn't be using him is, like, Spider or something, you know? Like, everywhere else, fair game. And I guess you could use him in Spider, too, if you wanted to. Anyway, Nehkret, says Alpina Dev. Listen, guys, a lot of Nehkret the Great recommendations from you guys. Why the Gamer 718 pulled my first Void Legendary Nehkret the Great. Congratulations, Skay Day Key. Guys, you're the best. Again, I have a lot of Nehkret, so we'll stop the shout-outs there. Let's go ahead and look to see who the heck Nehkret the Great is anyway. So Nehkret the Great, added to the game a couple years ago from the time of this recording. He is an Undead Horde Void Legendary. So here he is in all his glory. He looks absolutely incredible. He's got the big shield. He's a skeleton. He's undead, that's for sure. He's got the big cloak, the cape, the big spear as well. He does have lore in the game as well, so if you're into the lore, I would encourage you to go ahead and read the story behind him. It's actually a good story, but unlike the guides that recorded here in the very beginning of this channel, I do find that taking 5 minutes plus to read the stories isn't for everybody on these videos. And if I look at kind of the viewer retention of these videos, oftentimes there's a skip when I get to the lore, and I don't blame some of you guys either. So I've kind of moved away from reading the entire lore story of these champions. He's got 21k base HP, 21.5 defense, 1354. I would say HP is above average slightly, and the defense is about average for a Void Legendary. His speed is 97, again, average to maybe slightly below, but considering his kit, I feel like all those base stats are going to work out just fine for us. We have a triple hitter on the A1. Each hit has a 20, when booked, a 30% chance of placing a decrease attack for 1 turn. That decrease attack cannot be resisted. So we're already starting out with a banger, and we're only at his A1 ability, right? A triple hitter makes him viable for Fire Knight, everywhere that you're going to need a multi-hit champion. The fact that the decrease attack cannot be resisted means that we can build him with no accuracy because we don't need it for anything else in his kit either, and it's still going to land, right? Which is great. On his Legion of the Damned is A2. This is on a 4-turn cooldown, but there's an extra turn mechanic built into it as well. Teams up with allies to attack one enemy. All allies under ally protection placed by this champion will join the attack. So he's an ally attacker who only people under his ally protection are actually joining in on the ally protect. Grants an extra turn if no enemies are killed during the attack. This does have ramifications that we'll take into consideration when we talk about the arena, which is an area where we see this guy used all over the place, in the end game, mid game, anywhere. If you have him, likely you run him sometimes, at least in the arena. On the Disturbing Infusion, this is his A3 ability. Now, this is on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. Suffice it to say, Nehkret the Great is definitely a champion worth your legendary skill tomes, as hard as they are to get in this game. A block debuffs, ally protection, and a strengthen on any ally for 3 turns, or a ally, you choose. Ally protection is protected, it cannot be removed, okay? So that Protected ally protection is beautiful that it's protected because it synergizes, can't be removed. They're definitely going to be joining up in the ally attack, okay? So ally protection, block debuffs, and strengthen on one ally for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Nice ability, synergizes with the A2, but that's it? That's all he's got? Well, it really all comes together when we look at his 2 passives. Unsleeping Aegis is his first passive. Whenever an ally attacked while under an ally protection buff placed by this champion, it places a shield on that ally equal to 30% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns. So to get a better shield already, we know we want to prioritize HP on this champion, which scales pretty well at 21.5k. Only occurs if the ally does not already have a shield placed by this champion, makes sense. Also, decreases the cooldown of this champion's Legion of the Damned skill by 2 turns if the shield is placed. Now, a lot of people miss this. I don't know why, but a lot of people miss it. Legion of the Damned is that big, long 4-turn or 5-turn book down to 4 cooldown. It's decreasing it by 2 turns, and there's no cooldown on this. So all that has to happen is somebody under his ally protection is attacked. When he places that shield, it's a 2-turn reduction. That's incredible. Arise My Minions is one of the most powerful passives in the game. Places a block debuffs, a strengthen for 3 turns on the ally with lowest HP at the start of each round. Also places an ally protection on them for 6 turns. And again, that ally protection buff cannot be removed. So there's so many use cases for this ability. First of all, we're already starting out with a 6-turn ally protection. You lead in with maybe his A3, and right out the gate, we have 2 allies with 1 turn under his ally protection, meaning that the ally attack, which we talked about earlier, oh, it's only allies under ally protection. That's kind of mediocre. Well, we're already going to be guaranteed 2 at the start of the round after his first turn, right? Or I should say guaranteed 1. And then we can take that extra turn and get 2 for the next time that we use it. If they're attacked in the meantime, even better, we reduce the cooldown. You guys get the point. But it's incredibly valuable specifically in the arena, the Arise My Minions passive. Helpful anywhere, don't get me wrong. But in the arena, it negates we don't need to put Stone Skin on all of our nukers when we have Nehkret. We don't need to put immunity gear on all of our champions or our nukers because we have Nehkret. So picture it this way. We have like a Foley on our team. It doesn't matter who the nuker is, but basically a nuker out there, they're generally pretty squishy attack-based nukers, right? He's going to come in there and make sure they can't get CC'd. When Nehkret the Great was added to the game, he killed Hegemon. He killed him. He power crept him. Well, not power crept. He just countered him because he is protecting my nuker, so A, they can't die. I mean, ally protection is 50% damage mitigation. Strengthen is 25% damage mitigation. And then block debuffs, so they can't be CC'd at the same time. I think I've made my point here. It's incredibly powerful. We have 60 resist in all battles on the Aura skill. Hellhades.com, what do you think they give him? They give him a 4.5 overall rating. Now, I'm splitting hairs here, guys. But I think he's a 5, and I frankly don't even think, if he's not a 5, then who would be a 5, Obviously, there's the traditional champions out there, the Marichkas, the whoever, Warlords and Yamekos, but I think he's a 5 because he's utilized in the end game, basically anywhere, but specifically the arena, and he's good, not good, he's great everywhere else. So key areas, Clan Boss 4.5 stars, Doom Tower Waves 4 stars, Ice Golem, Dragon, Fire Knight, Spider, Ice Golem, look at Doom Tower, Magma 4.5, Spider King, Frost Spider, Scarab King, Frost Spider, Eternal Dragon, Celestial Griffin, Nether Spider, all of them are 4 or beyond. Arena is a 5. The only area is really Sand Devil in Shogun Grove, but even if you have him, if you're lucky enough to have this dude awakened at a high level, he's absolutely incredibly viable in Shogun Grove as well. So yeah, he's just insanely good. Bronze 1, he has a 73% win rate. Let's see, in Silver 4, he has a 57% win rate, which is very good. 55 in Gold 1, very, very nice. Gold 2, 51, it goes down. You don't see 51 in Gold 3. In Gold 4, he's 52. These are actually good stats. Pick rate, 20% in Gold 4, 18%. I mean, That's a pretty dang high pick rate. I have to be totally honest with you guys. I'm in gold 3 right now. And it doesn't feel like I'm running into him at that high of a rate, you know? But then again, I'm not playing him either. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm not playing him. I do. He's more of a response champion for me on my account, where the way that I have my other nukers built and stuff like that, right? He's more of a response, meaning that like if I really need to know that I'm going to need to take a lot of, the other team's going to go first and they're probably going to kill my nuker. But right now I'm kind of running a Nithwi and Stone Skin, so it's a little bit different. Anyway, I digress. He has a 1.3 multiplier on his A1, but he's not about his specific damage, right? He's about supporting and keeping everybody else alive and getting more damage with his ally attacks, not to mention all the amazing synergy with those passives. All right, guys, let me show you how I have him built here. There's so many different ways to build a Nehkret the Great. I personally like him in either Stone Skin or in Bolster, okay? Bolster does make sense on this champion because, first of all, it's nice to have a Bolster champion. It's nice to be a support champion whose HP scales well. But second of all, the value of that shield, which is very nice. I mean, it's so tough to kill enemies under his ally protection because even if they don't have a lot of HP when you give the ally protection, I mean, that shield is so beefy, right, that he has there as well. So I like him in Bolster because that shield is 30% of his max HP, so we can prioritize HP and defense on this dude and run him in a Bolster set, or shield set for that matter. So I have a 2-piece Stone Skin. We get an extra HP, some resistance, 30% ally shield for 3 turns, heals wear by 10% every turn as well, which is great. I love that Bolster heals him because he's taking extra damage because of, obviously, all those ally protections. So it's a great set for him, and I really like it. And, of course, Bolster, you know, we think of it as an arena set, at least I do, but you can absolutely use Bolster sets anywhere that you want to, right? You can build him in Stone Skin as well. Stone Skin, what I like to do is maybe shift my strategy on building this dude a little bit. Of course, it's going to depend on the teams that you have, where you're using him. Is it live arena? Is it regularly in arena? Is it on a tag team arena? If so, what champions are surrounding him? What's the context, right? All that being said, is if I do build him in Stone Skin, I like to build him a bit slower. And if you have him in Stone Skin, when I say I like to build him slower, let me rephrase. I like to still have him like as fast as I can get him without like absolutely going crazy, but I'd rather put defense percentage or HP, or probably defense percentage on the boots if I was running Stone Skin, right? Because we want the Stone Skin to last a little bit longer. It's going to mitigate all the ally protection damage that he would be taking for 2 turns, but it's important. I'm not going to show you Stone Skin on him today. Why the heck do I have polymorph on him? This is an old blessing. Pretend we didn't see that, guys. Pretend we didn't see that. I'm actually going to go instead with, I'm going to go with Lightning Cage instead. Sorry about that. Intimidating Presence is absolutely fine as well in terms of blessings on this guy. Let's see what Hell Hades recommends for blessings too. They say Polymorph, Brimstone, or Life Harvest. I mean, like old school Demon Lord clan boss, Brimstone's fine, but you need the accuracy, and we don't need accuracy on him because the decreased attack can't be resisted anyway, so I don't think it's a great option there. Polymorph, same kind of deal, honestly, so that's why I prefer actually the 2 that I mentioned. That's just my preference. Anyway, before we go to his masteries, what I was saying, guys, is it's really important in the arena, if you have a 2-piece Stone Skin set on him, this should be intuitive, but I feel like it's worth mentioning. You do not open with the A2. Do not open with the A2, because you'll get the extra turn and you'll drop the Stone Skin. You'll drop 2 turns of Stone Skin because of the extra turn. You don't want to do that. You want to open with the A3. Again, it's pretty obvious, but I actually go against people in live arena who have a 2-turn Stone Skin and open up with the A2, and it's a little misplay, you know. So I just wanted to flag it for you guys just in case. All right, so we have HP or defense or resist even is fine on the banner on this dude, okay? HP, I think that it makes the most sense. I have reaction on there as well. Reaction is great if you don't have Stone Skin. 25% chance to change critical hits into a normal when attacked before the first turn. I have defense on the amulet. I have HP on the ring. We just want to build him to be an absolute monster of a tank, guys, basically. I mean, it's pretty easy, right? We have defense percentage on on the gauntlets. Even though he's in a bolster and we do want HP, I don't want to totally neglect defense. We need a lot of defense because he's our tank too. So I do have defense on the chest as well with HP as an ascension stat. The way I look at it, guys, is I'm still able to get 85k or 80k HP. That's plenty. Heck, I would still go with a lot of defense even if I had 70k HP on a bolster set. Sometimes even having a 22k, 23k shield on everybody, I mean, that's really strong still, right? And you still get the heals and stuff like that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is do not neglect defense on this dude. Other than that, just looking for HP, some resistance is nice. Resistance is nice on this guy as well, because it's nice on every tank. And I feel like resistance, frankly, to me, is probably one of the most underutilized stats in the game. That being said, I probably don't have him that high at 289. So I do have 85k and 6200 on the HP and the defense, 217 on the speed. Doesn't need to be that fast. I aim for, I would say in the range of 165 if we have defense percentage on a slow team with Stone Skin, all the way up to, faster, 250 speed if you can get him there, if you're running him in a dungeon or a Doom Tower as a protector and an ally attacker. I'm going to show you one of those battles as well. Sorry, I feel like I'm being very long in today's video. A lot of rambling, but this guy's a complicated kit, compared to 99% of every other champions that we talked about. So I wanted to give you guys some alternatives and some ideas there as well. Man, super basic. It looks like I just haphazardly threw these masteries up there, but it wasn't the case. We came down here, support tree. We picked up his max HP, getting a little bit higher. Rapid response is great because he's casting so many buffs, especially with his passive as well and the extra turns. So nice to have that continued kind of motor built in as well. We do go down, pick up Cycle of Magic, and we end on Lasting Gifts, which has its incredible advantages on this champion for obvious reasons. He has so many essential buffs. Defense, we did pick up Rejuvenation, which I love. He's a tank, so Shadow Heal, Rejuvenation, all of these abilities are going to help. Delay Death, for example. It's all great. Cycle of Revenge. I also picked up Selfless Defender. Now, I had Selfless Defender on him when he had Stone Skin. You always want a Stone Skin champion with Selfless Defender because they're going to mitigate 20% damage from the first hit, but they're not going to take any damage. So have one on your team, if not Nehkret or somebody else. Now, Nehkret's so damn tanky that I can just leave Selfless Defender on, and it's cool. I also have Bulwark. So again, he's the ultimate tank here for us. Damage, decrease the damage all allies receive by 5%. He'll receive it instead. Now you can absolutely go down the defensive tree and go with improved parry instead and come back down. I'd probably still come back down to delay death, excuse me. And we could go with retribution, get the triple attack, get the decrease attack on the counter attack, and end with unshakable if we wanted to go with a higher resist priority on the build. All right, guys, enough talking about this dude. I think I've shown you everything about this guy at this point. Let's go ahead and run him. I want to start with Doom Tower, then we'll go to the arena. I'm not going to keep you guys super long here on the play testing because we're already long, as I mentioned. So I'm just going to go against the Griffin here. Griffin's so good. Nehkret's so good, man. I purposely threw him in a team here that has no reviver. Has really no big healer or anything like that as well. I just want to kind of prove a point here. Whether you're in Ice Golem, whether you're in Fire Knight, triple hitter, ally attacker, are you kidding me? He's great for Fire Knight. Wherever you are with this dude, I feel like and I'm sure some of you have experienced this. Heck, I experienced this when I first got Nehkret the Great, right? Like sometimes you're just stuck on something. Heck, it could be like a random Doom Tower floor, like a floor 118, and it's just like, oh my God, I just can't keep my damn champions alive. You throw Nehkret in there, and it's just absolutely staggering the effect that he has on the survivability of your team. Truthfully, like both those passives, it's just absolute game changers for accounts. He's one of the most powerful progression champions that you could possibly pull in this game. He really is. People just don't think of him that way because he's so synonymous with the arena. And I'm not going to lie, too. He's fallen out of favor a little bit after, the popularization of Stone Skin, after, it's the current meta, essentially, right? That being said, 20% is still super meta, super popular, right? I'm just saying, I guess I should rephrase, at the top end. of the meta. You see how we're so protected here on, I mean, granted, it was just removed, so bad timing there. But the Ally Protect is protected, so the protected Ally Protect cannot be removed, right? But you guys get the point here, right? He's protecting those who need it the most, our squishiest champions on the team. It'll go by HP, right? So you can go in there if he's protecting the wrong champion. Hey, I don't want you protecting him, I want you protecting her, or whatever. Well, it's easy. You just modify their HP, and that's who he's going to protect with his second passive instead. So, I mean, he'll never pop out the stat sheet at you guys, but he's just such a monster. I mean, he can support any team, you know, without having a bunch of healers and revivers, and just it's such a luxury to have that. Plus all the other utility, plus the decreased attack that you can land on bosses, and it can't be resisted. You know, it's really, really special. All right, let's go to the arena here, guys, and just do a few battles. We are, I was gonna say we're in platinum. We were, but we fell out, but we're close. Let's go with, I was having a lot of fun with this team here. You know what? Want to throw him in? Want to throw him in one of these teams just for the heck of it? Let's put him in for a Godfried Brassclad. These teams are really fun. I've been having so much fun with Nogdar the Headhunter lately, guys. For the 10 of you who are still watching this video, I just recorded a Nogdar the Headhunter video. That's why I have all these Nogdar teams ready, right? Just recorded a Nogdar video. And I think it's like my favorite video that I've recorded in a long time for my main channel, Ash Raid Shadow Legends, if any of you guys have not heard of it. It's going to be a blast. Anyway, I digress. So now we have 2 ally attackers on this team. Now, this makes no sense to have him on this squad because we don't want to protect Nogdar. We want Nogdar to die, but I just love Nogdar so damn much that I wanted to do just one battle with Nogdar in this spot. I'll give you a better example of a type of champion that you would want to put in this position in the next battle. So +4, what's his face? Biggin comes in. So now, I mean, at this situation, we're going to ally attack with Nogdar against Sify. We do some nice damage there. We did not kill her, so we get the extra turn. So at this point in the battle, I mean, I can choose whoever the heck I want to ally protect as well. So you can see that even though it's not an AoE ally protect, it's still extremely powerful. Look at this on Nogdar, guys. It's insane. We're going to steal half of Rhodos' HP, and now we can kill him in one shot. We can kill him in one shot because we stole all that HP. It's so powerful, man. Nogdar is so good, so good. Anyway, I'll shut up about Nogdar the Headhunter. We're going against another Nehkret team, and they're using Nehkret in the lead with Errol, a +4 Errol. This is a very interesting squad that I'm dying to go against. So let's take Nogdar out. Let's use somebody like a Baron, right? Now, it doesn't have to be Baron. What we're looking for here is a nuker who absolutely, actually, let's put a Nithwi in there, and then we'll switch to Baron. The reason I say a Nithwi is, check this out. We have two ally attackers on this team. Nehkret the Great and Cardial. And then we have a Nithwi who, if Fenax would be a light version of this strategy. We're like triple protecting a Nithwi. He doesn't need to be in that's the luxury of having Nehkret, is we could take him out of the 2-piece stone skin on a Nithwi, and we could put him instead in Savage or Lethal if we were running a Nehkret strategy with him. Now we're going in stone skin on 3 of their champions, which is quite annoying. With the 7-turn ally protect, he has lasting gifts that procced as well on his Nehkret the Great, as we see. Okay, let's go with let's just go with the, oh man, I don't even know what to do. I'm just going to A2 it, I guess. Not like they have a lot of debuffs. Let's go ahead and get the, just wait things out, basically, right? So I'm just going to use I'm just going to protect Cardio with the A3. And there's nothing to do here. I'm not going to be able to kill anybody. So actually, I actually might have killed him there. That was took a lot of damage off that A1. I'll probably end the video after this fight because I got to feed my kiddo. And, well, no, we'll do one Baron. We'll do one Baron. Again, for the 10 of you guys chilling with me, I appreciate you. Let's go. Well, look at this. If we can get the kill with the Nithwi on the ally attack, he'll be unable to be revived. And, the block damage. Man, are you guys like me? I'm just going to be totally real with you. I get all the mythicals confused. I feel like I know all their kits, but I going against them, I'm like, wait, what do they do again? I forgot that he had that ability. I don't have any mythicals still. I'm still holding out. I have a lot of primal shards saved up. Look at that. It's good to see the shield of Nehkret on both my team and their team, right? It's very powerful. And it's reducing that cooldown, like we said earlier. Okay, so we can go ally attack again and try to kill maybe their Nehkret. Let's try to do that. Let's try to kill their Nehkret the Great. And we don't. Very tanky. You gotta love it. So, hey, it's all good. We get the extra turn. We come in here and we add the 75% damage mitigation to our Duchess, who really, frankly, could use it, right? Let's come in again here. And the reason Nithwi's so good is he has Deny Revival, right? So all these ally attacks with a Nithwi on the squad, it's unbelievable because all he has to do is touch them with the A1 or Fennex for that matter, right? And they're not coming back. Duchess is no good. So Errol hits very hard. He came in and he hit an Nithwi, but then we got the 30% HP shield. We got the 30k shield, you know? So, oops, I didn't mean to A2. I meant to A1 there, but it's okay. Again, we can go. We don't have to worry about the Reviver because we're going to block revive anyway, and there it is, GG's. So again, Fennex would be a similar type. I really like running Fennex as a combo in Nehkret the Great because it's so tough to kill Fennex, and with the ally attack vis-a-vis the A2 of Nehkret, Legion of the Damned or whatever it is it Damned or Doomed or just Legion? What is it? I forgot the name of the damn skill. You know, let me look at it. It is Legion of the Damned. Okay, cool. All right, so we're back in plat. Everything's right in the world. Let's go against a tanky team. How about this team? Super tanky. I don't know how we're going to do, but let's try. Let's go with Baron. And is he right in front of my face? Yes, he is. Okay. So why do I like Baron with him? Okay, 2 reasons. He's unbelievable at protecting Baron, and Baron just needs to get to that Sky Piercer, and usually the enemies are going to be toast. But the other reason that I like Baron is, again, on the ally attack, on that A1 ability, he comes in there and he has a surplus damage if he kills anybody. So he's already like really, really effective with an ally attack team. So again, we're going to try to choose who we can kill here, even though that they have a UDK. It doesn't really matter, right? Does it? Because we can choose our target vis-a-vis the ally attack, but they have massive shields on. We're not going to be able to really do much here. Let's go ahead and Disturbing Effusion on Cardio again. I'm tempted to go in with Sky Piercer, but I worry I'm barely even going to break through the shield, but let's do it anyway. Boom. Yeah. Unfortunately, ignore shield. I'm silly. So it did some nice damage, but just wasn't enough. But we can go in here and you think I'm going to be able to break through this, guys? The shield? Oof. That is a massive shield, man. Gee whiz. All right. Oof. Let's go. Now, let's keep going against their nuker. I mean, we take down Harima, and they've got nothing. It's game over, but it's going to be a long, boring game. What I will do is, if I can take down Harima, I might just cut the rest, come back at you guys when we're actually done, because damage increases according to the number of buffs on this champion. Look at how many buffs he has. Let's see if we can one-shot Harima. Oh, UDK. Sorry. Nope. Barely do anything to UDK. Good God. Counterattack. Nice job. But he's not... We're having issues touching Mr. Ultimate Death Knight here. What a monster. All right. Let's get a little heal. He's got that baby... Cardio's got that baby Siffy heal on the A1. Let's just keep poking the Harima here. We're gonna have to kill her eventually. She's good with the passive is very good against Baron that Harima has, where she can negate critical hits. But we do need to kill her, and ideally first, nice to have the cleanse here for Nehkret, picking him back up, get the revive on death as well, and I don't think we'll be able to kill her with the A1, but let's try. Okay. But he's still alive. He has 3 turns of Ally Protect still on him. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing. Rinse and repeat here. Let's go ahead and go in again. This is such a fun team, man. Having like Nehkret and Cardiol on the same team is very fun. I feel like their kits as a supports, they complement each other pretty nicely. Cleanses and block debuffs and all the likes is like basically they provide for 2 support champions. They provide like they complement everything. There's no redundancy there. All right, come on. Little Charlie, my kiddo wants to eat. All right, we get the extra turn. We go into the A1, decrease attack. Will be blocked by block debuffs. Otherwise, it wouldn't be able to be resisted, but it would be meaningless because we're going against Harima. All right, I guess let's get another little heal here. I don't think the poisons are going to do much with that shield on. All right, here's Sky Piercer again. Let's see what we can do here. Jeez, we can't break through. It is incredible. Sky Piercer, I say this with such shock, is because Sky Piercer is probably like the hardest nuke in the game. It's just Harima's passive that is the issue here, right? If we can't crit on it, not much we can do. So the Revive on Death's proc, but they're definitely making a dent in yours truly. We go in with the A2. I guess this is kind of a good point here. We go with the A2 even if we don't have any allies under ally protection, and we simply do that because we want to get the cooldowns down of the other abilities in the kit. All right. Yeah, he goes down. I have the Revive up. It's going to be nice to have those continuous heals more than anything. Let's go ahead and protect. Let's protect him. I think the safe route would be to protect Duchess. That way we don't lose our main reviver. But let's live on the edge a little bit. What do you guys say? Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to take me out there. Yeah, I bit off more than I can chew going against Harima. I should have used and this is another great combo here. I hate to leave you guys on a loss, but I'm also not going to make you watch that again. Let's meet somewhere right in the middle, right? Before I let you guys go, let's do another squad. Not that squad, though, only because it will take me in half an hour. But using a Turvold. Turvold, very good. Only thing with Turvold is, as with any situation with Turvold, have to be careful about his ability on his A2 that gives him an extra turn. Because that will reduce the effectiveness of the ally protect. So we just got to be careful with that. That's why I love him on this team. I don't need to use the extra turn because I have the increased attack and increased crit damage from Cardiol and from Duchess. Anyway, let's go against, well, it doesn't even matter. Arbiter down. Now they go, I wanted to go against a go first team, but I'm wondering who is even their nuker. Deliana? Okay. Nothing against Deliana, by the way. She can actually hit a lot harder than people give her credit for. She's not like a popular choice, I would say, but she is she's a champion. She really is. Anyway, guys, this is kind of a lame one, but great at protecting a Jirigid the Breaker, a Turvold. You know, like champions, unlike like a Candrafon, who can't protect themselves with a Veil or something like that, right? Who don't have an unkillable passive. Like those are the type of champions you could consider in pairing with a Nehkret the Great. Guys, thank you so much for watching this guide. It's been a long one. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. Much love, and as always, take care.